At my other school, I was part of somebody's job. At Camphill Special School, I'm part of somebody's life.
Imagine a world where each and every human being is valued. A community where kindness and respect are nurtured, where cooperation triumphs over competition, and where the goal of every community member is to foster the unique talents and abilities of each community member. Imagine Camphill Special School. Located in the hills of rural southeastern Pennsylvania, Camphill Special School, also known as Beaver Run, is a unique residential and day school dedicated to the special needs of children and young adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
One of the best ways to describe how we view our children is from Thomas Weiss, who was the first doctor in the first Camphill in Scotland. He said we must imagine a great musician who has been given an instrument that's missing some strings. And it's up to us as curative educators to see that great musician within each of our children.
A Pennsylvania Department of Education approved private kindergarten through grade 12 school, it is the only Waldorf school in North America dedicated to fulfilling the unique educational and emotional needs of students with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Camphill Special School is part of the larger international Camphill movement, which is dedicated to community building with people with special needs. Both Waldorf education and Camphill life are built on foundations of anthroposophy, a way of life based on the principles of philosopher Rudolf Steiner.
It's a community in the highest sense, I believe. And it is based on anthroposophy, that each human being is a spiritual being. And that a handicapped child, whatever the handicap is a spiritual being. And therefore shall be treated not as handicapped and whatever you may name it. If people come here and walk around and see the kids, they say, wow, that's something I've never seen before.
The school and Camphill community life are built on the premise that each of us has a fundamental right to achieve our own greatest individual potential. The Beaver Run program includes conventional, physical, occupational, speech, and music therapies, as well as a curriculum that includes history, geography, biology, all of the skills and lessons that children everywhere need to thrive. But actively supporting the child with special needs' own individual realization of these and other life lessons is a core philosophy of community life. For students with special needs, mainstream educational methods often don't translate into effective learning or acquiring lifelong knowledge and skills.
We got in the car to come home, and my wife and I looked at each other and we were literally speechless. We just didn't know what to say because the place is just very difficult to describe if you haven't been here, if you haven't experienced it firsthand. I don't think there's another place like this on earth. Well, Aaron was diagnosed as autistic at about the age of 4. We tried all kinds of things. I mean, we worked very hard with him, and we had him in some good programs, some good schools. We homeschooled him for a while, and we did make some gains. What was interesting is once he came here, how quickly he changed.
We teach math, we teach reading, we teach science. We try to be as up-to-date on sound remedial practices as we can. But we always want that approach to speak to the full person, not only to the disability, not only to what the child can't do.
Camphill is not just a school, it's a way of life. Teachers, co-workers, caregivers, and volunteers live with students in an extended family.
Traditional special education, that's a job. And it can be a very good job, and there's good work being done, but it is job and it is work and it is somehow separate from your true life. Here in Beaver Run, because we have our lives together, There's no separation between work and life. We're living our life together, and part of the day we're studying together, and part of the day we're making a meal together, and part of the day we're mucking out the stalls for the animals together. But we are together and becoming ourselves together.
It intends to include, all the children together in their activities, in the way they start the day, in the way that they play, in the way that they share snack together, in the walks that they take. I think the students here, they make very deep connections with their peers, and that that continues. There's a lot of continuity, and I think we as house parents or the co-workers in the house, I think we are aware of the activities that they've been doing throughout the day. So I think we can help them kind of go over, review things that they've experienced during the day, and I think that's very supportive for them.
Every aspect of life at the school and in the community, from the specialized curriculum and innovative therapies to the biodynamic farming, and even the architecture found on campus, is intended to nurture wholeness, a way of life that fosters and engages the deep-seated desire in every human soul to actively participate in society.
The expression, "it takes a village," well, this exemplifies that better than any other setting. I mean, everyone has an unbelievable dedication and a passion about what they do.
Beaver Run is very different from the schools I went to during my childhood. They're very different. It's very wonderful here. Ever since I started being here in Beaver Run, I really enjoyed it. It's a very beautiful place, and I recommend it.
Since Lita's been here, she's had a richer, happier, fuller life, and all our kids have flourished in ways that they, never would have expected. Her interpersonal communications, her ability to talk, has really come a long way. When we dropped her off or brought her out to the school, her house parents' little daughters, Clara and Lottie, took her by the hand along with Lucy, and the 4 little girls walked into the house together, sort of on their new adventure. And it was absolutely all like she had just acquired new little sisters. So it literally, it's absolutely like she's in a family. And the people here have become, some of the most important people in our lives.
The school includes not only the kindergarten through grade 12 program, but also a transition program for students between the ages of 18 and 21, located at a beautiful 55-acre satellite campus called Beaver Farm. The program is designed to provide the additional academic, life skill, and vocational support that some young people need before achieving an adult placement. As with the program at Beaver Run, the transition program offers a level of instruction combined with Camphill's life-sharing ideal that allows these students, with their greater levels of challenge, the time and space that they often need to transition into the larger world and to become productive and valued members of their new communities.
The people that I talk to, they don't know about Camphill. They should know about Camphill because it's a special place for people to live and grow. I felt like being here at Camphill was that I inspired myself. It made me feel like a happy soul in myself here.
The program at Beaver Farm allows for the additional space that many older students need in order to develop important social and life skills, all with the special kind of support that only a Camphill community can provide.
This place is unbelievably special. It's just been a godsend, not only to our son, not only to our family, but to all the other kids that come here as well. Imagine a place that can bring out the absolute very best in your child. Imagine a place where your child can grow and become independent in an environment that is safe and nurturing and loving and warm. That place is Camphill. This has been a miracle. It's been a godsend.